And we're live.
What's happening?
Yeah, we fired up. We're on. We're live. We're here.
Live and direct.
That's for sure, man. Dude, I'm pounding some coffee right now. It's a little late in the day for me, especially with my sleeping patterns, which aren't terrible, but they could be better. I can't wait to get a full 8 once again.
How much you getting? Well, let's how much tell us how much sleep you're getting and why you're getting so little.
So I'm probably getting 6, and then Lauren, I need sleep, man. I need like 8 at minimum, or else I get groggy, tired. But yeah, Lauren's getting like 5 or 6. Last night it was like probably closer to 7. The kid had a nice big old run, where she just slept the second half of the night. Well, if anybody didn't notice, I had a kid a week ago.
Number 2.
Yeah, number 2, little baby girl. It was a crazy fast birth. Everybody's healthy. We're all well. She's a sweetheart. All she does is eat and sleep. Cluster feeds at night, but that'll be over soon enough. So, I mean,
It's the best kind. It's the best kind.
Yeah, some people say that she was my retirement from fishing, but Lauren said if the kid acts like this, I get to go fishing sooner than we thought. So take that, you haters.
I believe I made that joke a couple of times.
You, Nate, a couple other people.
Nice.
But
well,
no,
it happens. It happens. But, maybe you'll luck out. Maybe she'll be content to hang out with her 2 kids, and she doesn't need you anymore. Maybe that's all you were around for. You have served.
That's for, honestly.
Yeah.
Putting babies and things, people.
That's right. She's got what she wants.
Yeah.
You go do what you want. Are we? Have we decided? Are we going to Denver?
Oh, sugar! Let's give it. We got a little bit of time to decide on Denver. Definitely, I'm like 90% sure I'm going to be able to go to the Potomac, which I'm stoked on. Very excited about that. But then I don't think it's going to be as tough as I think.
You don't think so? Listen, the first time we fished there, it was June. We're in the backs of the creeks. Last year was early May, right? Early May?
Right.
This year's early April. And they weren't at the backs of the creeks last year. You had to go out. I mean, there were some, small fish, whatever. But the bigger ones, you had to go out toward the main creek, the main channel. And
that was where you were. I was catching them relatively far in the creek, and then Conant was actually way back in the creeks.
Yeah,
and like way back to the point where he had to, pull his boat to find deeper water, and he was catching them. He was not all ones, but he was catching quality. But
yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting. I'm going to reach out to some people, just kind of people that have experience there, and just ask them. No spots or anything, but just where do you think the fish will be? Because I got a couple good spots, and but yeah, early April. That's pretty early for those areas. So I'm a little concerned that I'm gonna have to find some new water.
Yeah, maybe there probably won't be way back like they were at that point in time, but I don't know. I'm thinking some deep creek channels or deeper creek channels close to what we were fishing before, and I don't know. I think we'll figure it out. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's fun. It's a fun little spot. But anyway, so that's your next one, or your first.
That's my next one. Yeah. What about you? You getting ready for next weekend?
Lake Murray, leaving Wednesday. So that's looking forward to that one. I think I'll be able to get on some fish. The warming trend is a warming trend right now. It's going to trend up a little bit and then start to go down. And then, unfortunately, we're leading into Saturday. And I think especially leading into Sunday, there's a cold front hitting.
Yeah, that warming trend looks good, though.
Yeah.
Which I think it's going to be like 5 consecutive days of, like, beautiful weather. So, for you guys' sake, I don't think it's going to give the fish lockjaw. I think it's maybe not Saturday. But maybe Sunday the water will be a little bit cold. I honestly,
maybe. Yeah,
I don't think
I'm not
it's
sure.
Do much.
It was 53 little over 53 yesterday. You know, it was like 53.3. Let me see if I can call that up right now. Murray water temp. Here we go. So let's see what it was today.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Ooh, it dropped. That's weird.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it dropped today. I wonder if it was cold. It dropped down to about 50.5. That's a crazy drop.
So maybe it won't hit 60 next week, which
Oh,
it's
I don't
still,
think.
you know,
Yeah, I don't think it'll hit 60. I mean,
pushing
that's
55 towards the end of the week. Come on, those are prime
so
pre-spawn
yeah.
temps.
So the temps dropped. That's the reason. It was 60 today. It's going to be a low of 31 tonight. But then you get into Monday. Monday 69, low of 55. Then 77, low of 60. 78 degrees on Wednesday. 79.
Oh my.
Yeah, 79 on Thursday. 75 on Friday. But then it drops down to 44 on Friday night. And then 61 is the high on Saturday. So that
But how long is it going to be, you know, below 55 degrees?
yeah. I mean, is this the right date? Yeah, so it's going to drop down into the 30s Saturday into Sunday. So Sunday might be tough. But again, with such a warming trend, it might not affect them that bad. I don't know how it does down there, how it affects them, but whatever, you know. We're used to fishing that colder water.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like our fish don't really. It doesn't. Cold fronts really don't affect that much as it does when you get below the, you know, the southern line.
Yeah.
But I mean, if they're gonna pull off somewhere, it's not gonna be too far, and it's probably gonna be on some sort of structure that
Yep.
you know,
some points and stuff, islands, whatever. But we'll see. It was. I think it was colder last year, wasn't it?
I honestly don't remember.
I can't even. I can never remember. This is why people keep track of this stuff. You know.
Yeah.
Maybe we should start doing that.
Yeah, but there's quite a few northern heads rolling down there, and I'm honestly jealous of you guys. You guys are gonna have a blast.
Yeah, we have a lot. We got me, Nate, Conant, Brundle, Mike Morcone, Ryan Nye, Jack Tibbins, Joe DeDeo, Torrance David.
Torrance. Yep.
Is that it? I think that's it.
That's it from our area. Not sure about any of the New York heads.
Yeah, and I don't think anybody farther north is going down. But Steve Hedges, Steve's already there. I don't think he left Florida.
Yeah, I don't think he left Florida at all, which is crazy, which is awesome. I'm jealous.
He stayed down in Florida a couple weeks, and then he's been at Lake Murray for like a week at least. So, you know, hopefully he has a better time. I know he's been catching some fish, but I don't know if he's been catching any good ones. But you know, I went down for a week last year and did terrible. So hopefully he's faring better.
I hope so. He's a good angler. He's just not used to the big bodies of water, the southern bodies of water. Fish just a little bit different.
It's tough, yeah.
But I mean, that's where we all start, right?
Yeah, I think Florida was a little humbling for him, probably. You know, I mean, it's done it to all of us. You know, but he's going to be fishing out of my old big rig this year. The original, my very first one. He bought it. I sold it to some dude in Rhode Island, and then that guy sold it to him. The guy's trying to sell it for like the same amount or more money. He's trying to sell it for like $1,500 or $1,200 or something. Like, didn't I sell it to you for $9?
He's trying to make a quick flip.
Yeah, so I don't know what Steve bought it for, but I told him, I was like, yeah, dude, it's a little. You might want to talk him down off that price a little bit.
Oh, that's dirty.
I always sell my stuff for less. Like I don't care to do that whole dance, that haggling, and you know, I put it up for $500, knowing that's overpriced, and they're going to come back with $400, and I'm going to be like, hey, how about $450? And they're going to say $425. It's just such a waste of time. So yeah. I always just say screw it. I got enough time out of it. You know, I got my investment, my return on that investment, so to speak. So
sure.
But I try sometimes to put the price up a little bit, and then you dirtbags just trash it.
I don't know, man. Yeah, it's a $700 fish finder, but it's a Ray Marine. Who wants a Ray Marine?
They're solid. Listen,
It's a good fish finder, but
It's a great fish
how
finder.
many guys do you see rocking Raymarine now? No, now it's everything. Everybody's getting things to prepare to get forward facing sonar.
Yeah, that's fine, but still, it's still a solid. It's still a solid. They got that. What is that little feature? I never really used it. It's like a forward facing sonar type of deal, but it's not. I mean, it's not quite the same.
It's 3D scan.
Yeah,
it's 3D scan. Yeah, which you didn't use at all, which is crazy because
I
actually it's
I did.
bad.
Yeah, I did, but there was a lot of noise in that too that you would see. You know, you could definitely see when fish were there, but there were other times where it's like it just, and I never dialed it in.
There we go. Thank you. Yeah.
But it's fine. It's fine. But no, I'd say it's a great fish finder. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I'm thinking I finally sold it. We'll see. Taking it down the lake.
Nice. I hope you did.
But
actually,
it's a sweet deal. $350 for the fish finder itself, plus the Yak Attack cell block, the Yak Attack switchblade transducer arm. It's got a RAM mount on it. It's like, holy crap.
But here's the thing, man. You can get a brand new 7-inch fish finder that's up to date for $400 or $500.
It's all right. Still a great fish finder. I don't care. Still a great fish finder. And it's better than any Lowrance I've ever used. Way better. Now, I don't have the newer ones. I have 2 Elite 7s on my bass boat.
Yeah.
I had the whatever the next the TI whatever one that I had like 2 years ago before I got
the TI2.
Yeah, whatever. So I mean they're not bad obviously, but I definitely like the Element 7 better. But whatever floats your boat. I've moved on. I got a new girl. This season.
You got a couple girls, huh?
Yeah, I do. 2.
Ow, ow.
What?
I said, ow, ow.
Oh yeah. Yeah, if anybody's out there and they're looking to buy a Garmin, don't.
Dude, this isn't a plug. Oh, don't get the 12 inch. I thought you were gonna plug your Raymarine again.
No, don't get the 12. Unless you have you're gonna put it on like the bow of the boat on the kayak. Don't get a 12 inch. Holy crap, man! The thing is absolutely enormous.
Yeah, it's giant.
It's like the whole unit itself is probably 15 inches across. I mean, it's because it's bigger than the actual screen.
Right, exactly.
It's super heavy. So if you put it on a track on the side, I mean, that's a lot of weight on a track. Especially if you have those tracks that have the wider that you don't have to slide them in. You can
right. Yeah.
That's because that's what I had with the cell block. So I hated the cell block. I had to have that thing anchored to the kayak as well because there were times where it just almost fell off. Now imagine you have everything because that's a self-containing unit. You got the
right battery finder, everything, in the drink,
gone, everything all at once. Yeah, so you have to have an anchor on it. So yeah, you don't. I don't know. It was way bigger than I expected. So I got the two 9s now. That should work out pretty good.
Yeah, it's funny. Two screens is like becoming the bar now.
It's crazy how this is evolved.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say I was the first. I was not the first one to do it, but there weren't a lot of people to do it when I did it, and I felt cool for a little bit. Now everybody has it. Now I'm just like everybody else.
Well, you were like the first. You had to be the first in MAKB, right?
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, probably. Yeah. I don't think there'll be many in MAKB rocking the 2.
No.
And I might not even bring 2 out every time. You know what I mean?
I don't always.
Yeah.
That's the best part about those Garmin cradles is you can pop those units right out and you just have the cradle hanging out.
Yep.
Which is great because I actually just sold my old Wilderness Systems Radar 115 today. My old girl, man.
Yeah, didn't you just buy the Newport vessels for that one?
I did, but I'm gonna put it on my new Recon.
New Recon? You're gonna have 2
new Recon.
2
I'm gonna have a pedal Recon and a non-pedal Recon.
Interesting. So you're gonna have a bow mount on the one, and then the Newport on the other with pedals.
Exactly.
Nice. What is that
for? Hobie, and it's gonna be a lot less of a boat to pull out with all that gear and the battery and the bow-mounted trolling motor and all the 2 graphs. So it's probably gonna be like I'm thinking it's like gonna be like my river boat and stuff like that.
When are you going to Hobie? You thinking about doing Susquehanna?
I am. But I don't know. It all depends. Because we have a KFL match that day. So,
Yeah.
but Lauren was like, "Hey, when are we gonna go to Hershey Park? Can we go to Hershey Park this summer?" And I was like, "Hold on, let me see. I think Hobie's there." And then I checked it, and then I just referenced the dates, and I was like, "Ah, darn! If one of the other maulers don't go, I would like to go, but if not, I'm cool. Whatever. I love fishing the KFL matches, and so whatever happens, happens. I'm not mad either way."
Yeah, well, we got 8. We got 8 on the team, so yeah, we'd have to be 3-3 on 4 for that match if you went.
Yeah, I would never leave you guys hanging, especially against Bay State like in Massachusetts.
At home, yeah, because
Yeah.
all whatever they're fishing, we will likely have a disadvantage. We'll have to pre-fish, but it's not like them fishing against us. They're going to be fishing over here where half their team lives out here and have been fishing our events for years.
Right.
I mean, so they know all our lakes. We don't know those lakes out west very well. So, but
yep.
Whatever. Oh, there we go.
But yeah, man, did you guys pick out a buffet, Murray?
We haven't picked out a buffet yet, but there are many choices. Last year we were like we stayed at a hotel right. Did we stay at the hotel? There's flaming.
Yeah, literally right next to it.
Was that flaming one that looked so good, and then you got up close and you're like, oh, this is kind of crappy looking.
And then the server came out running and then threw up right in front of us.
Was that? Oh, that's right.
That was Murray.
Yeah, that was that place. Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, we didn't take it as a warning sign. We were like, oh, man, hope she's okay. And we went in and ate the food.
Yeah, it wasn't that good. That was one of the ones that weren't that good. I mean, it wasn't bad, but,
yeah,
beggars can't be choosers when you're eating at buffets. But, yeah, it definitely was not one of the best ones. But, yeah, it's funny. I keep getting messages from people talking about buffets, wanting to hit them up. So we created this. We created a monster. It's like that. Remember I told you about Korea Pimp Daddy Shirt Friday, PDS Friday?
No, I don't think you.
No, so me and my friend, we were downtown Kunsan, and we were shopping at these stores, and their clothing stores were ridiculous. So they had these like just crazy, shiny, silky button-down shirts. They have skulls on them or designs, and me and my roommate just bought the ugliest shirts that we could possibly find in there. And I mean, they were like shimmering. They were so shiny. And Friday night we went out to A-Town, which is where all the people went to the. It was an old prison camp from the Korean War that they had converted all the little buildings into clubs. So they had all these different clubs. You can do techno, you can do metal, rock, R&B, hip hop, all that stuff. And so we would just go there that's where you went. You went to America. It's called America Town. It has a big sign.
Yeah.
You walk in, it's a big sign, America Town. So we called it A-Town, and we used to go there. That's just where you went because you didn't have anything else to do. And so we brought one of those shirts out, and it was so freaking funny. We thought it would be funny in that like people would make fun of us, but it's probably because everybody's always drinking over there, right?
Yeah, right.
I was like, dude, those shirts are awesome, and it became a thing. You know what I mean? Where then everybody was wearing one of those stupid, ugly ass shirts, right? All the guys wearing these shirts. So we called it Pimp Daddy Shirt Friday.
Oh my God!
It was like one of those things that it was a stupid idea that just turned into this hilarious thing, and that's kind of what the buffet thing is turning into. It started out as a thing between like me and you. It's a joke. We're gonna go eat at this crappy buffet, and it was more you. Ironically, I'm the fatter dude, but you were the one that loves the freaking buffets. I mean, I like them too, but you were always about the buffet because you. I love to eat. You eat like an animal.
Not good.
Yeah, it's not good. I'm telling you, dude. You're gonna regret that. You're gonna regret that. No, you will.
I won't stop lifting weights. If I stop lifting weights, I'm gonna get fat.
No. You're gonna hit that age. It's got nothing to do with weights. You're gonna hit that age, and just things are gonna go. I've had enough.
Nope. Quit. When I hit that age, I'll start slim and TRT, and I'll get even more. I'll get ripped. I'll look like, Chuck Norris in his prime.
But you eat like an animal.
Yeah, you have to. You have to.
No, you eat so fast. Dude, when people are sitting down with their first plate, you're like on your second. You know, you got like 3 more, and then you get dessert.
Yeah, it's because my body doesn't realize how much food I've eaten yet, so I can eat more.
Yeah, I know that, but that's what I mean. It's all gonna pile up. Trust me.
Well, whatever. I
Anyway,
like buffets. I like to eat like an animal.
Yeah.
And it's funny. It's really funny because it was you and I, and we'd be like, "Hey, so and so, you guys want to? We're going to the buffet after. You guys want to come?" And it started just like, "No, we're all set."
Yeah. What's wrong with you guys? You insane?
Yeah.
It's gross.
Yeah.
Disgusting. Yeah. So now it's turned into a thing, and that's what we do. We go out to these tournaments, and now we go to buffets, and we've made it kind of a joke, and now everybody wants to do it.
Oh man,
So
I miss.
Yeah.
I missed the Bush Shreveport in Louisiana, that national championship. Do you remember that one? It was like a bougie buffet.
No, I don't.
It was like a high. Were you there for that? You had to have been.
Yeah, must have been.
Oh man, but it was like a pricey buffet, and they had a lot of good stuff like seafood.
We went to the casino, right?
Yeah.
I remember that one.
I remember eating what?
I was hoping. I was thinking like Vegas buffets where you get all the lobster and stuff.
Oh man,
I
wish.
When I was down in, we went to, I think it was called like Treasure Island or something. When I was in basic training or tech school after basic training in Biloxi, we went to. I can't remember where we went. We were all too young. We had to go with, because it was in a casino. We had to go with like the staff sergeants and stuff that were retraining in our class because they were older. And but yeah, we went in and it was like a lobster buffet, snow crab legs. I mean, oh my God, it was amazing. So I was thinking, yeah, we're gonna go into this buffet. We're gonna pay $50 or whatever. It was like $40, wasn't it?
It was 40, 50, maybe 55.
Yeah,
whatever.
It was pricey, but they didn't have shit for seafood.
I remember. I don't remember. The only thing I remember is eating so much that I couldn't walk or stand in the elevator when we were in it. Like I had to like kneel over. Like it was brutal.
Yeah, those were the early days. Those were the early days of the buffet.
Yeah, we had a good group there too. Oh man, I love having good groups.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. We got to get back to that. I think we mentioned that last time, but I think we need to make that happen. I think I need to stop planning it because there was some issues last year with other people planning these things. You know, like Hoover, it like went through like 4 different people trying to play, and then like it never happened. You know what I mean? Like the MAKB house didn't happen, and I'm like, it's not that hard, is it? I mean, it's a pain in the ass sometimes.
It can be, yeah.
Yeah, when we went down to Florida, we rented a place, and then I get a call from some guy, and you know, he had an accent. He was calling from California, and he tells me that you know, that my rental, I need to call and get a refund because the rental, they deleted the property, and I'm like, what in the world? Like, I didn't trust him. You know, I'm renting a property in Florida, and he's calling me from a California number, and yeah, I went onto the VRBO website, and the listing was still there, but it was like all weird. Like some of the name of the person rented it was all just a long string of characters. And so anyway, so I called them back because I called VRBO, and they were like, no, the owner has to put in for the refund and for you and all that crap. So I called this guy back, and you know, it just seems sketchy as hell. You know, so we had our thing canceled. Luckily, they still had it on Airbnb, so I switched over to them and rented it again. And luckily, it turned out okay. But you know, there's stuff like that happens all the time where, like, you know, I don't know what it is. The owner, you book it and you're good to go, and then the owner comes back and it's like, you know, oh, I forgot we had family coming up, or you know, we promised it to them, or we rented it through Airbnb, you know, and we didn't take it off of VRBO, or. So it can be a pain in the ass sometimes. You know what I mean? But,
yeah. Especially with COVID, when you couldn't remember trying to find stuff when it was prime COVID time.
Yep.
It was just people canceling left and right, or then there was nothing, slim pickings out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It can be a nightmare for sure.
Yeah. But I don't know. I'll start doing that again this year, and then maybe we'll get a nice group of people going, hitting up those delicious buffets. So yeah, we got a lot of options down there. Nice. Torrance is bringing his mom. Apparently, she doesn't want to go to Golden Corral. Yeah, I don't know.
Just
Man.
pick a different then. The Golden Corral is before first tourney night. Come on. That is the thing.
I don't think she wants a buffet at all. But, she's older, so if she wants to go out to eat with us, I guess we'll have to go where she wants.
She buying? Like, what's the deal here? I'm
She
sad for
buying.
you guys right now.
No, we're definitely going to one. If we have to do it Thursday night, we'll see. But we're definitely hitting one up, so it'll be a good time, and we'll see if I don't kill Nate, because we might be driving down together.
Yeah, did I hear correctly that you guys are going together?
Possibly. I think he needs to go on his own. He doesn't want to spend the money on gas. You get this new big truck, and it's like, yeah, it's part of the game, buddy. It's part of the game.
It's all part of the game.
And I drove down to Caddo by myself. We were with a group of people, but I was alone. Wasn't I alone?
Yeah.
Caddo? No. What was the one? Yeah, I can't remember. No, I was with.
we were with Donnie.
I was with.
Yeah, you had Donnie with you.
Yeah, but still, I've traveled plenty by myself. But yeah. So he was supposed to go with Ted. Ted had to back out. So we might be going again. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. This will be different. I'm not giving him any spots. He's just going to have to launch somewhere and do his own thing. It's not going to be at my spot. It's not going to be at a spot I know. So.
Well, that's the thing. If he was going by himself, he would have to start from square one himself. I know he's already doing research on his own. He's showed me spots that he's, taking interest in and about it. But this now he can't execute his own game plan. Now he's going to do what you want to do.
Yeah.
Or the area around where you want to be.
The area, yeah, that's the thing. And that's the funny thing is, talk about doing research. I sent him some screenshots of like a launch that he was saying I'll launch from. And I sent him some screenshots. And he calls me up. He's like, "What's that you sent me?" I'm like, "There were photos. Did you look?" He was like, "No, I just figured I'd call you." And I'm like, "They're photos. They're photos. You want to look at them?" There were just some stuff that were near that launch that might be good for him to check out. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
Then he was like, "Well, I think I'll go down here and fish this cove." And I'm like, "All right, whatever. I don't care. Do what you want. I'm just trying to help you out a little bit, because you're not coming to fish with me."
No,
I already.
Nate, baby, it's time to spread your wings, man.
Yep. Take off the training wheels, boy.
Yep.
People. It will be. It's unless you're really, some people just like to do their own thing, and I think Nate is that kind of guy. He wants to do his own thing. He clearly does. If he's not going to get his way, he's not going to be happy, right? And I'm the same way in certain regards, right? A lot of us are. So. If you're going to travel with somebody, you have to travel with somebody who is, they're going to be amenable to like what you want to do, so to speak. They're not going to fight you, So it's a lot easier because, like, okay, say we go down there, we launch from one spot, we're together. Say I don't want to launch there on day 2. Say I want to go completely to the far western end. Say I want to launch into the Saluda River.
Yeah, you want to roll the dice like you usually do. So that's a possibility.
I mean, of course, it always is, And like I said, down in Florida, I would have probably done that on day 2. I probably would have gone to a completely different lake. I was down there, like I said, it was gambling anyway. So why not gamble even more and pick a new damn lake? So I don't know, but whatever. I'll save some gas at least.
That's literally on it personally. I think that's the only benefit of you guys traveling together. It takes him trying to figure out things on his own from square one, which is something that he needs to do. He's probably, if he's listening to this, he's probably cursing and cussing at us right now, saying that he does his own. But
it's something traveling. Every angler has to do it.
Exactly, absolutely. And I mean,
if they want to compete on this level, like right. if you don't care to do that, if you have no desire, you just want to go and fish the event, you just don't give a crap, that's perfectly fine. But if you're talking about like trying to make a run for something, anything, you want to just even do this as a semi-professional where it's like you work your regular 40 hours and then you go, that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm not saying I'm necessarily a professional, but I'm making some money out there, and I work my regular day job, but I put a lot of time and travel into fishing these events all over the country. And, so you want to put the time in, figure
maybe it's easier for you because when you started traveling to all these things, nobody was really willing to travel.
Yeah.
So you naturally want to travel by yourself. And then when I got into things, I wasn't as close with MAKB as I am now. So I started doing things on my own, literally sleeping at ramps, just like you have, all by myself, trying to figure it out. And now I feel like that's all I want to do. I like traveling with people, but I like being alone more because there's no distractions. There's no obstacles in your way. You can do whatever you want, how you want it, where you want it, when you want it, which Nate has always had a travel partner. Now that I think about it,
but he's also always, not always, I wouldn't say that, but he's often clashed with people he's traveled with for that reason, because he wants to do his own thing. And that's perfectly fine. I mean, there's nothing against it. I mean, and there are other people out there that are like that. He's not the first person I've gotten into it with on a trip, you know?
Yeah.
But, some people you travel with easier. They're just laid back. They don't care. They go their way, you go your way. There's no conflict. And then some people they're too people used to, and Nate is the way he grew up is similar to the way I grew up, kind of on his own, doing his own thing. So naturally, he's going to want to do his own thing on the water.
Yeah. So basically, just new anglers traveling and stuff. Heed this warning. Do it yourself. Spread your wings. You'll learn a lot more, and you'll definitely, I think, get better faster.
Yeah. Especially he wants to. I mean, people like him. Nate Chagnon.
Yeah, he has a following. It's crazy.
Yeah. So stop going with Ken Wood. He's dragging you down.
Yeah, you got a new truck. You got rid of that piece of crap Volvo.
Oh God. They paid him money for that thing.
Yeah, I know, $400. It's because it's a Volvo. It's so heavy and all steel.
Yeah.
But
I don't know, but I'm looking forward to it. Should be a good event. Either way, I got a decent spot if I choose to fish there. I got some spots that I fished last year that looked amazing last year. Didn't turn out that way. If the water's cleaner, it's going to give some options. But I got one day to decide. We'll get down there Thursday afternoon, probably. We're going to leave Wednesday night. What is it, 13 hours? No, I think it's longer than that.
I think it's
15,
14 and a half.
Yeah.
It's got to be 16 with gas and food.
Yeah. So we'll drive. If we leave at 4 or 5 in the afternoon, drive until midnight, get us halfway there about, get there midday Thursday. I don't think we're going to do any pre-fishing Wednesday or Thursday. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. If it's nice out, might just go out and scout a little bit, or at least drive around and look at different spots. But Friday will be the pre-fishing day. So there's not a lot of time. Not a lot of time to go out and hit especially all those spots that I hit last year. Spent a week out there,
Yep.
But there were a couple of really good. God, I mean, some of the stuff. There's a video I have on Instagram where it's just, I'm in the back of this, I'm down a creek, and I'm in this little pocket that goes back, and it's all jammed with wood, and it's, duckweed and other kinds of weeds. And oh my God, it just looks absolutely amazing. And
did you catch like a 10-inch gizzard shad?
I caught a gizzard shad. That's what I caught.
Giant gizzard shad.
Yeah. So PB gizzard shad, gizzard shad. But that's all I caught. So it was disheartening to see so much just amazing looking stuff that just was dead. Or if the fish were in there, they weren't biting. But I don't think they were in there. I mean, the amount of time I spent in areas like that and didn't catch anything is tough. So, but New Year.
New Year, same Ken.
Same Ken. No, different Ken.
Different Ken 0.
No, different Ken from last year. That was
it was a doozy.
Yeah, last year was tough.
So man, yeah, that's Murray. I'm jealous. I'm really I wish I could go. Whatever, life happens. I'll be there. Maybe they'll do it on Sandy next year because they haven't done that in a couple of years, right? But
yeah, I guess Lake Murray, whatever, they're paying more money. They want them to come more. more than Santi does. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, do you remember like the last time we went to Sandy? Who was it? Brad Case had like his exhaust chopped off,
his
and
catalytic converter, yeah,
and like sketchy areas, and the
yeah,
high school was like, yeah, it's
45
okay.
minutes away. Yeah, it
I'm
was
okay.
not
I'm okay
ideal.
fishing. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some sketchy places out there. There's a place in the Potomac that I would like to launch, but everybody's like, no, do not launch there. It's it's on the side of a road, but they're like, yeah, your stuff will not be there when you get back, or all of it will not be there. You'll be missing tires and stuff like that. And it's like, damn, it's like because it's literally right at the money spot almost.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's like you launch right there and you're 10 feet away. From where you want to be, but yeah, they said do not park there.
Oh, that's a riot.
Sucks, and nobody has. That's the thing. So that's why I know it's true. the people like that spot. I was told somebody told me to check out that spot, and I know some of the other guys down there that have actually fished that area, and they do not launch there.
Yeah.
So
if you had a car like Nate's old car, you could bring that. I'm sure nothing would happen, but
no, probably not. They probably burn it just because. Piece of crap. Look at all this trash. All right, so we're making fun of Nate too much.
No. Well, there's a lesson to be learned with that. What we just talked about, I think, honestly.
Yeah.
And he'll learn it.
Everybody has to do it. If you're going to put the time in to travel around and do all that stuff, you actually want to do it on your own, because you will not get better. You'll get better, but you won't get as better. You won't improve as quickly as you will if you do it all on your own. You make your own mistakes. You do your own thing. You fish to your own strengths. If you're going by what other people are doing, you're definitely not. Because you're going to, maybe that spot, if we travel down together, maybe that spot that he's going to go and fish is not what he expects. I mean, you fished there last year, What do you think? That's where you launched last year. You think he's going to find stuff out there that that he likes?
It all depends. Yeah, no, that he likes. No, I honestly don't think so. But he's going to have to figure it out.
Yep.
Which, I mean, that'll definitely help. But it's he's not going to be able to fish his strengths. He's probably going to go way back into a cove somewhere.
Yeah.
And that's just naturally what Nate does. But we'll see. Hopefully, it all works out.
Yeah, there'll be fish in there. There'll be fish. There's fish shallow. Like I said, man, I've been watching some videos. Those guys were catching them shallow in January. It's crazy. Yeah. You would think offshore jerk baits, things like that, but they like throwing jigs, crankbaits, shallow, right up along the bank. But I don't know.
Oh, man.
I'm looking forward to it. I got some new baits I'm gonna try out. Excited for those.
Yeah. We'll go over those in a little bit. I want to hear what you think of. Did you watch that whole Chad Hoover Hobie versus KBF ordeal? That clickbait video.
Clickbait. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he's got the game down. He knows he's doing the clickbait titles, but they weren't, typical clickbait titles. It's like, oh my god, I hooked into this giant, and like you never see the fish. Oh my god! It's like they never catch it. It's like they got it on the line for 2 seconds. And have you noticed now they're actually doing they're photoshopping their thumbnails to show they're taking like a pit. Showing a monster bass, and like it's like a 4-pounder, but they turn it in to make it look like a 10-pounder.
Yeah, recently I saw a thumbnail that was like, these anglers called me out, or these anglers said that I was cheating and something. And then the thumbnail was the boat and then another boat with anglers. And you could tell that the anglers were looking at them. But the entire video, there was never any other boat or talk of cheating. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Like what? I was curious to what they wanted.
Yeah, it's obnoxious. It's so obnoxious. I mean, you can make a quality, you can title any video and be honest about it and still make it clickbaity,
Yeah.
You don't have to lie. Like there's a difference between clickbait and a lie. Like an outright lie.
What about Randy Blockett's like his titles, they get me upset to the point where I'm like, I have to watch this. 99% of anglers do this wrong. It's like a picture of a Senko. I'm like, what the hell could I be doing wrong with a Senko? Now I have to watch this to see what he says. And then it's like he barely even talks about anglers doing it wrong. He just talks about how he likes to do it. It's like,
dude,
damn, you're good.
He's pissing people off. There are guys that, like, you know, I know him, you know what I mean? But it's like he's been like out of the limelight for a long time. He's still fishing, but like you did not hear about him at all. He was not part of the game, and now everybody's talking about him, and he's infuriated these people.
Yeah, but the thing is, he has like one of the fastest growing YouTube followings in fishing. Like,
I love it. I love it. I love watching his videos. I don't agree with everything he does.
No.
Everything he says, you know what I mean? But man, it's absolutely like his jig videos. He's been selling those jigs, and
those $10 jigs
that people are fucking pissed about. They're so mad. $10? Oh, because they're made in America? It's like, dude, I thought you were a patriot. What happened to America? Stop buying from China. Okay.
He craps on jackhammers for being $15, and he's selling a $10 jig. But whatever.
I know. It just makes you laugh. I'm not going to buy a $10 jig. You know,
no way.
Maybe it's a great jig. You know, I mean, look at all the swim bait guys. They spend $400 on a piece of wood.
Bro, that's a hand custom painted, made like top tier. That you can't compare a jig to a swim bait. You can't compare it to a lead, like a little bit weird shaped head with a hand tied skirt.
Wait a minute, hold on. Are you defending $400 swim baits?
I'm not defending them. I'm just saying you can't compare them.
I thought you were actually being sarcastic, and you were mocking the people who argue that point about them being handmade. And I was like all on board. And no, I was like, yeah, that's so dumb.
No, it is dumb. It is dumb.
Yeah, but you know, if you're using, if he's buying everything and everything's being made in America.
Hold on, we just lost anybody who loves throwing swim baits. We just lost that audience.
Come on, they know. They know. The only reason why they're so defensive and they're so loud about swim baits is because they have to do that to justify spending $400 on them. So they have to pretend like it's the biggest thing in the world.
Dude, I'll tell you what. You know what's punishing is being at a fishing expo and just listening to everybody around you talking about, do you have this by this guy and this color? Yeah, I got 2 last year.
Yeah, and I can't. I don't know. I mean, I've been throwing them since early 2000s. You know, I mean, you throw the Slammer. That's like the original. You know, one of the originals. Right. But there are guys that are like, oh no, the Pat swim bait's way better. And I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I don't have one because I'm not spending that kind of money on it, but looks a lot like a Slammer. You know?
Yeah, right.
Sure does.
How much different of a rack can you make?
Right. It's like arguing the difference between spinner baits. And I get it. Certain days they're going to want a different kind of a thump in the water, a different kind of color. But at the end of the day, it's a damn spinner bait. It's pretty damn similar. Unless you're talking about the Rocky Ledge Tackle swimming spinner bait. Now you have to do a different thing, right?
Right.
You know, that's a different type of spinner bait.
But here's the thing. I do kind of understand spinner baits. You know, the different blade combinations, colors, and then the wire diameter, what type of wire it is. Yeah. But you're right. At the end of the day,
the difference between them is not vast. That's what I'm talking about. So when I look at the Pat swim bait and the Slammer, I'm kind of like, I don't know. You got one that you can buy for $60, and then you got this one that you can't even get them. Like he'll sell them for like $75, but they're gone like immediately.
And then they resell for $400.
$400, right? Yeah, you have to buy them off of eBay and stuff. Like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah. So, all right. So, whatever. Chad's video, man. What'd you think about it?
Yeah, we went off on a tangent there. That'll tie into later on. Yeah, I don't know. I liked it. I mean, I knew it wasn't going to be. He's trying to kind of stir up some controversy with these videos, especially the last one, how to cheat. You know what I mean? That angered the KBN crew. Just like I knew this one would. You know what I mean? And then, like I made a little funny meme or whatever you want to call it that really did piss them all off, which was hilarious. I called them Karen Bass Nation, and it was an image about them being triggered by it, and they were triggered by the image, and they went off on me on the KBN page.
Oh my God.
Hilarious.
I'll tell, dude, I saw that meme and I was dying because that you'd go to the KBN page and they'd be just going off.
all they do is complain. I don't know. I thought it was funny. I don't know everything that people said about me, but I did. I know my buddy, one of my buddies there, that buddy's in quotes because he doesn't like me and I don't like him too much, but he was like leading the charge, talking smack. And then they came up with a poll for like what they think will happen during the podcast or the video with Hoover, and one of the options was Ken Wood's beard is made from Hoover's ass hair, something like that. It was pretty funny.
Oh God, yeah, you have to laugh at that.
Yeah. They deleted that. They deleted that whole thing. They're trying to clean up their image now, which I find hilarious. Not a bad thing to clean up the image,
Yeah.
But maybe come in and boot the people who started the group because they're the ones trying to clean it up, and they're the ones.
It's going to be
do that.
It's going to be a tough thing to clean up because it's a platform that was built on bashing KBF.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So that literally it was built on.
Yeah.
So how do you clean it up?
And it's like 15,000 people in that group, which is that could be amazing for an angler who is trying to, take it to the next level, to have that kind of platform, but they've built it on garbage. You know what I mean? So good luck to them trying to clean it all up, but whatever. But I wish I had found out who put that option on the poll before they deleted it. I have no idea who put it there. So
yeah. No, I didn't. There was no names tied to anything. Yeah. There were some really funny
props to that
funny polls. Yeah.
Props to whoever put that there. That was funny. I laughed. But I don't know. I thought it was a good thing. It was about just there doesn't need to be the division there is between the two groups.
Nope.
It's stupid. It's stupid all around. You could dislike Chad Hoover all you want. You could dislike AJ all you want. I'm sure there's plenty of people out there that dislike AJ, plenty of people that dislike Hoover. Fuck, I mean, plenty of people dislike me. But you don't need to like the person to fish the event. KBF does great things for the sport. And so does Hobie. Hobie's doing a really good thing for the sport too. So just focus on that. That's the stuff that's worth focusing on. And if you have a dispute or you have an issue, voice a concern professionally, and either what they'll come back at you and disagree with you, or they'll explain things and you'll go, oh, okay, maybe different perspective. You'll change your mind. Maybe you won't, and you'll just have to suck it up and say, all right, this isn't my trail. I don't run KBF. I don't run Hobie. There's plenty of people that don't like the fact that Hobie doesn't allow motors. If that's a thing that you just can't get over, well, just don't fish Hobie.
Yeah.
Or just suck it up and stop pedaling your ass off, or paddling,
for sure.
whatever you think is.
Whatever it takes.
Yeah, but it's not. It doesn't make sense to trash AJ. Because there's a rule against having motors, No. Same thing with KBF. It's like Hoover's just an easy target because he's a big, loud, polarizing character. You know what I mean? But
for sure, yeah.
Whatever. But so it had a good message, even though people thought he was going to trash. That's what they thought. I think he was going to trash Hobie because I think he started that whole soapbox thing. I don't know if you noticed that first one he ever did, where he kind of dumped on the Bass Nation Trail.
Yeah, definitely.
And I don't know if that was. I mean, first off, it's a when you're talking about a national kayak trail, that's a terrible schedule they have because it doesn't go anywhere. It's like in that Texas, Arkansas area, right? They don't go very far out of that area.
No.
So it's not a good national trail. That is literally a southern regional trail. So he shouldn't have dumped on him the way he did, but I kind of think maybe he did that on purpose to kind of get people raise their expectations for the soapbox episodes to come,
Yeah, right. I agree.
But who knows? We'll see. But Yeah, I don't know. I agreed with what he was saying.
Yeah, I didn't with that clickbaity title. I had no idea honestly what to expect, and for him to just be like, "Yeah, I've actually been talking with everybody at Hobie, and here's the deal: we're not gonna accept anybody bashing any trail, and if you do, you're not gonna fish ours."
Yeah,
Which
and
was which was pretty cool.
yeah, that's a good thing, and I think that should happen. You know, we've back in the day, we had to make a post about, there was one angler that had it in his mind that everybody was stealing GPS locations. That included Hoover, KBF, Dwayne, and Turney X. He was literally convinced he was selling all that information, or they were both selling that information. And
Right.
we were partnered with KBF. We always have been, and we used Turney X, and we had to make a statement like, "Hey, you do not get to disparage these companies that we are partnered with or we're using. If you do, you'll be booted from the group." And we ultimately did kick that guy out for other reasons, but it was kind of all along those lines. And we just had to do it recently with another angler who was, again, talking smack. You know what I mean? More about me and how I'm not trustworthy and all that stuff. And I mean, just not true. Obviously, this guy just has a it's his own way to lash out because he's kind of burning a lot of bridges and his castle's about to crumble. But yeah, we had to, I'm like, you can't come to me and tell me that, you consider me a friend and all this crap and then go and say all those things and, think you can get away with it. So you just don't get to fish with us anymore.
Yeah. And this community is not that big if you think about it, man. So
it's not.
It's coming out. It's going to come out regardless.
Of course. Yeah. You're going to tell the wrong person something, People sit there and say like, "Oh, Ken rubs everybody the wrong way." And it's like, I certainly do rub a few people the wrong way. But, I rub a lot of people the right way and they like me. So, so they'll tell me some stuff. You know what I mean?
Tell you what, you're not rubbing me. That's for sure.
Why not?
You're not. I don't want you to touch me.
Come on, dude. I got soft hands. I got soft hands, bro. No, I've done no manual labor my whole life. He's a silky smooth.
Oh, geez.
No. Yeah. If you're running a business, I mean, KBF has 7-something thousand members. You're not going to lose anything by booting a couple of bad apples.
No.
That's how it goes, and that'll just make everything else better for everybody.
Yeah, they won't be able to A, bring the mood down, and B, influence other anglers or new anglers to fall in the same path.
Yeah, because there are a lot of people that are actually they're terrible people, but others look up to them because they're somehow, despite being awful, an awful human being, they are somehow a respected name in this sport. And it's baffling to me. You've got cheaters that are on some of the biggest companies. They're national teams, they're fishing teams, they're sponsored by big name companies. So yeah, when they speak, people listen, and that's kind of how they've gotten away with it. They say absolute lies that they, the biggest one, and not to trash Turney X or anything like that, because I don't want to do that. We used Turney X for years and they were fine. But, the thing at the national championship that year, Turney X failed, absolutely failed, 100% failed at doing what it was supposed to do. And KBF then had to kind of go and do some manual math and to get things working. And Joe made a mistake. But he made a mistake based on an issue that Turney X has, where if an angler puts up they catch a sixth fish, say.
Yep.
The website caches everything and it doesn't clear it out quick enough, so the angler has 6 fish as their total.
Right.
Before that sixth one ends up dropping off, the one they cull. But it includes it for a bit, and that's what Joe did. Joe went and looked at that number. He didn't notice it was for 6 fish, and he wrote it down, and it screwed up the standings.
Right. But because he just looked at the number that was there at that point in time.
Exactly. But there are people out there, these other people that we were just talking about, referring to, and they literally blamed KBF for that. I found that there's a website I found the other day. It was called it was some sort of blog. It looked like they were trying to do a spoof blog where they were writing articles that were just goofy and fun, or funny. And one was about that, about how Hoover's moving to fish in chaos. And it was basically saying that he's moving to fish in chaos because of how they screwed up with the national championship on Tourney X. So something like to make life smoother, they're switching to chaos. That was the title, something like that. Yeah, it was pretty funny the way it was written. I don't know who started it, but it was all the articles were pretty well written. But yeah, that was not KBF's fault. But there are tons of people out there that believe it because a select few said it and they bought it because they respect those people and they take their word as the truth. And they're 100% wrong. That again, not bashing Tourney X, but that was a failure with that software. Point blank, nobody else's fault. Joe made a mistake, but he made a mistake because of the software made a mistake. So there's stuff like that. So when you have people out there that just are they're an influence, and they speak and people listen, and if they're saying stuff that goes against your business or the success of your business, and they're lying, toss them, kick them out.
Just like restaurants, they have the right to not serve you.
Yes, exactly.
Boom. No, they ain't getting in our buffet.
Nope. No steak for you. No Golden Corral. Golden Corral steak is delicious.
We need to be sponsored by Golden Corral.
Oh my God, would that be amazing? Golden
Corral, sponsor this podcast and us as anglers, please.
Oh my God, that would be so funny. I think I'm just gonna put their logo on my jersey.
Just wrap your kayak in Golden Corral.
Oh, die. I would do that just as a joke, just because it'd be hilarious.
Absolutely. Are you kidding me? You see that guy steak floating down the river?
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. Interesting times we live in. We'll see how things change.
It was a crazy titled video, but the message, whether you like them or not, the message was a good one. There, you can't say it wasn't, right? It's about cleaning up to where we can grow with all the trails hand in hand.
Yep. Plenty of anglers to go around.
Yeah. I just want to fish. That's all. I don't care what trail it is. If it's an opportunity to compete, then let's do it.
Yeah.
I'm getting a new kayak just so I can do it.
Yeah. I don't think there'll ever be total unity, they're both businesses at the end of the day, so we can try to, you can work together all you want, but this isn't like two local trails that aren't making any money. These are two companies that are making money. But if they realize that, hey, there's plenty of anglers to go around, we don't need to do that. You don't have to support each other and help each other out. You know what I mean? But you can, try to not disparage each other.
Yeah, not bring each other down.
Yeah. So then that just builds up everything. You got multiple trails, you know what I mean? You got Bass, you got MLF, now you got the NPFL, which seemed to do a pretty good job last year. I guess they got screwed on the championship. They had to cancel that.
I don't know. I heard what happened. Do you know?
I don't think they didn't tell anybody, which pissed everybody off, but I think some of their sponsors didn't come through, so they just didn't have them. They didn't have the money to get it. Maybe they should have still had the championship or given the anglers the option, but some of the anglers said that they were okay with it. You know what I mean? They knew what happened. The brass told them what happened. But yeah, I think the rumor is that whatever company was supposed to sponsor the championship and put up that kind of money, they just didn't come through. But each event for a brand new trail, each event was what, $50,000?
Yeah, it was up there.
Something like that. Keith Carson won. I think he won 40 total for Angler of the Year. It was like $10,000 he won, but then he won all his entry fees free for this season, and I think the entry fees are like $10,000.
Wow,
something like that. Yeah, so he got a pretty good payday. He shouldn't have won. I don't think something happened with the guy who somebody else actually won Angler of the Year, but I forget what happened. He had his fish DQ'd. or he didn't get back to the ramp in time. I
Oh,
think that's what it was.
yeah,
Maybe he didn't get back to the ramp.
deduction.
Yeah, so he did. Yeah, so Keith Carson got the Angler of the Year. But anyway,
Wow.
yeah,
How bummed
kinda,
would you have been?
yeah, you kind of don't want to win it that way. You know, he had a
No,
good
it's just
year.
like
He had a good year, but you don't. That's not how you want to win it because you weren't Angler of the Year, really.
no. Cut the trophy in half, give it to the other, half the other guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough, but I don't know. I enjoyed it. I watched the season after the fact. I watched it recently, but so again, you've got multiple trails out there. You don't see them trashing each other.
no.
People,
And you
people pick sides. Guys like MLF. They don't like MLF. That they love Bass. You know what I mean?
but you see pros fishing multiple trails.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't John Cox get disqualified last year because he fished another trail that was too close to one of the other trails and he couldn't fish that one?
Oh no, I don't. I didn't hear about that. Did he really?
Yeah, I think he fished 3 trails last year.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know they even had a rule about that. I mean, I guess if you get, they probably do have a rule. If you're up there, like I don't think Ike can fish Bassmaster and then go fish NPFL. I can't imagine.
Well, he fished in a no pre-fishing window, no practice window, because one of the trails was at another place. And yeah, I remember reading something. I wish I could reference the whole thing, but I remember reading about him like fishing one trail, then like getting his stuff together, and then like traveling over just to go practice for another trail, and then fishing a trail that weekend. Oh man, that stuff gets me going. I love it.
It does. I would love to do that. Been seeing those off-grid trailers.
Yeah.
You those? Oh God.
Oh yeah.
I would love to do that. Just get a couple of those. Have them put some kayak racks on the top.
Yep.
And just travel around.
Well, that's what I thought about doing in my truck. I already have the racks. Just throw a rooftop tent.
Yeah.
And just sleep in that.
It's tough though when those hot nights. You can't sleep in that crap.
Sure you can.
Maybe you can. I can't.
No.
No way in hell. No. Oh God, no. Just boiling in your own sweat. Absolutely not.
You could. They have awesome little fans now and everything.
Fan. It's not going to cut it, buddy. You need some AEC.
Whatever.
Yeah.
How dedicated are you?
I'm not that dedicated.
No. But at the same time, you're in a little trailer, you're in a box, literally, you're in a friggin' shoebox for a person.
But they have AC. They have air conditioning units in those things.
They're run by Dakota Lithium?
Probably could.
Yeah.
Dakota Lithium.
Yeah, but those trailers are crazy expensive.
Oh, they are. Yeah, they're like $45,000 and stuff. But I guess stop playing Powerball or something. Gambling. I mean, what does it cost? You see these people all the time. It's like, I went into the store for a candy bar and I decided, hey, I'll get a quick pick, and I won $650 million. It's like, holy crap, I could do that. What's it, $2 a week?
Yeah, right.
Why not? I always say it, like, why not? Just freaking do it. Can't win the lottery unless you play the lottery, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, I have had family members that have, for my entire life, talk about when they win the lottery. When I win the lottery, I'm gonna do this. It's like, Jesus, it's been 40 years. When are you gonna win the lottery? You keep talking about it. Yeah, that's what we're doing right now. When we win the lottery, we'll buy an off-grid trailer.
Yeah.
We will travel the country fishing tournaments.
Oh man.
Perfect plan. Foolproof. But yeah, I got a bunch of crap right here that I bought this year. Getting ready.
Yeah, I got some baits and techniques that I'm really excited to try out this year, and it needs to come. I'm jacked up, man. It's just all right. So last year, probably one of the last baits of the season that I bought didn't have not the prime time to throw it, but I saw these things on a YouTube video, and then we talked about it on the way to Gunnersville for the KFL championship.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's the Jackal bounty fish.
Yeah, the Jackal bounty fish.
Dude, I think we were on eBay on the way down, and we bought an entire skew off a guy because these things are hard to come by.
We did. We bought, what did we get? 7 packs each or something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
And it was too late in the season. It was too late in the season. Too cold, but we were throwing them anyway because it looks amazing.
Dude, yeah, throw a 7/0 EWG hook in there, and oh my god, it looks so good in the water.
Yeah, look at the videos online because it's a weird. It's got this mesh thing right here. I'm curious to know how tough that's going to be. You know,
Yeah, me too.
it looks very, very flimsy.
Yeah,
But Jack
it's
All makes
weird.
some good stuff,
They
and
do. It's a weird plastic. It's like it's foamy. It's soft.
yeah,
It's not really like jelly like that that usually
yeah.
is.
But
And
yeah,
they
if you
skip crazy good.
yeah, you want to skip, and they just it's like it's almost like it's like a top water fluke, if that makes any kind of sense, right? It's kind of
Like
flukish.
it's like a frog glide bait.
Yeah, there we go. A frog glide bait, that works.
Yeah.
But it's got a bit of a fluke too, because you can let it sink down.
Right,
And
right. That's true.
you pop it, and it sometimes too. If you hit it right, it'll spin around completely. You know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Unique bait. And it might be one of those baits that we don't really. You just try it out. You never really throw it. But those videos that we watched on YouTube, it looks nice. It looks really nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
I'm excited for that. What about you? What else you got?
Oh man, I talked about this last week, so I've been ringing these up. I'll wait. Hold on. Pull them out here. All right. So this.
The Berkeley Speed Boss, huh?
Speed Boss. So that's a 6. This is the crazy thing. This is a 6.5. 6 3/4, and this is a 5 3/4.
Wow, dude, the 6 has some girth to it. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the bait that I talked about last time, where I was down in Kissimmee, just throwing it through that Kissimmee grass or whatever that grass is called. Throw it on. I think this is too big. I think this is a 5/0. These drop dead VMC hooks.
Yep.
So it's a 5/0. I think the one I had down there was a 4/0. So these might be too big, or it probably won't be for this. It's definitely probably too big for the 5 3/4 inch one. But for this one, this 6 3/4, I think it's going to be great. But this through grass, I mean, this is a Skeet Reese design. If you look online, Skeet throws it with just a straight shank flipping hook.
Yep.
Which I tried and I didn't like. I thought it tore through it a little bit too much, So I like that one. That's more of a Texas rig. Comes around the other side. You could skin hook it.
Yep.
But you can rig it like this, and make it more of a vertical look to it. You know what I mean? And it's going to go through the water. Great subsurface. It's like a chatterbait. But I mean, I was throwing it like this. More horizontal look, and these two legs just flapping like crazy on the top of the water. It's a speed worm like that.
Right.
It's basically just a speed worm. But yeah, rigged like that. And I mean, then you could drop it down, and with those legs kicking in the water, oh my God, it's so much vibration. So I watched plenty of videos. I thought this was what Keith, I was trying to figure out when we were talking about NPFL. I thought this was what Keith Carson was throwing, but he was throwing some sort of Berkeley. He was talking about it recently. I watched another video where I think it's a Berkeley speed worm. So it's not the same, but if you watch the NPFL videos on that watch the Wright Patman one. I think that's the one where he's throwing this a lot, and you can kind of see what this does. Basically the same thing, but
yeah, I watched it after you told me.
It looks so good. And I have high hopes for this one. I think I will throw this a lot this year, and I think it's gonna produce. A place like A1 with the weeds where it gets choked.
Yeah.
This is going to be money right through that. And then, but still open water too. I mean, that's going to, it'll produce.
Through pads, and it's just one of those baits.
Yeah.
Versatile bait.
I could be wrong, but that's one I'm looking forward to most this season. I mean, besides the standard.
Now, are those the power bait? Are they power bait?
Power bait, yeah.
I gotcha.
Yep.
They don't have them in max scent.
No, they don't have a whole lot in the max scent, but those would be nice. But maybe fish them so fast, maybe they don't want, there's no sense in having it. What do they have?
That makes sense.
Yeah, they kind of want that to linger there a bit. But
yeah, they got the Ned style bait, little generals. They got the bunker hogs, I believe they're called, the flatworms.
Yeah,
the generals.
So, but that's what I'm really looking forward to that. What else do I have around here?
I'll tell you what, So there are a lot of like tungsten companies out there and stuff nowadays, and some of it is, straight from China crap. I bet it's all from China, but I picked up a ton. Like I picked up a season's worth of tungsten from like I got a lot from X Zone.
Exo.
And and it looks like awesome stuff, and I'm really excited about it. Tungsten's an investment. I mean, so it's really good to know the quality of your product, but I'm more excited about these.
Oh yes, I have those.
Yeah, so the arrowhead weights, man, they just fit on beaver style baits or the wide body style bait way better than anything. And I was fishing them last year, and I only could find certain sizes. And X Zone has the plethora of sizes, all the sizes you need up until 3/4, which is I got some, probably never throw them unless I can punch with it and some thin stuff, but whatever. But and dude, they help skip so much better with those beaver style baits. So that's definitely another piece of my arsenal this year. I'm really excited about. Yep. And once again, I'm stoked that X Zone is putting out good stuff because they're a great company.
They're putting out so much good stuff. I have some of this stuff right here. What do I got? So this is, if you fish MAKB, you might see some of this stuff this year. This is, what is this? Read it.
Was that deception worm?
Yeah.
Finesse worm. No, that's a finesse. Yeah.
So this is what I was power shotting with down in or Florida for 10 minutes. But yeah, these are really nice. I don't think these are new. I don't know if they're new or not. X Zone, I started fishing them last year. Obviously Brundle, doing the maulers and stuff with them, sponsoring the maulers. He had a box of everything, but everything that I've tried from them, it's just been amazing. Especially there. This is right here. This is what I love the most so far. What
do you got?
The adrenaline craw.
Your adrenaline craw,
oh,
yeah.
God, when you watch this go down in the water and these legs, they just kick back and forth. And it's a slow fall. Yeah. But you pair it with. Do I have anything? Well, I got a jig over here. This is the Greg Blanchard, the Dobbins football jig. But you cut off. So what I do is I use this for a flipping bait. You know what I mean? So you tear it up when you're done. Once because I use a straight shank, heavy flipping hook. You'll tear up that first half inch or whatever, and just cut it off, and now it's a perfect jig trailer. Not
only a jig, it's amazing on a chatterbait as well.
Chatterbait too, yeah. I mean, I don't often throw these on a chatterbait. I usually just stick to the speed chat.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I can imagine that this would create a ton of disturbance in the water.
Yeah, for sure. I watched Conant and Brundle catch 5-pounders left and right last year FL match, and it was insane. It was bonkers, and that's exactly what they were throwing.
That on a chatterbait.
I didn't have one. I didn't catch anything. It was so disheartening, but it is what it is.
X Zone makes some great stuff. I mean, here they got this. This is the deception worm. You can use that. It says floating worm, but you can use that on a shaky head.
Yeah.
I haven't thrown these yet. These are going to be new for me this year. But man, Polinick approved. God, I cannot figure this out when it's backwards. Yeah, Polinick approved. Yeah. Come on, can't go wrong. No, they make a lot of great baits. Like I made a joke the other day. If these guys start making spinner baits and chatterbaits, I mean, I'm not going to buy anything from anybody else. Because everything I've tried from them is great. I mean, I did the tungsten this year. I'm surprised they don't have a tungsten Ned bait. I don't think they do.
They don't. I haven't seen any tungsten Neds. I could be wrong, but they have a really good Ned bait too. Yeah.
Yeah. The Ned bait's good too. Yep, absolutely. But I don't know. X Zone is going to play a big role in what I do this year. That's for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. I mean, all my terminal stuff.
Yep. That's all because of Derek Brundle, in a sense.
Yeah, that's true. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah. It's That's why you want to go out there and get sponsors, kids. That's why.
Yeah.
If you want to, that's it. It really is true. You know what I mean? If you are, don't just do the pro staff crap for a a discount code and just throw that discount code out there whenever. Nobody's going to buy it. You got to do what Brundle does or what I do with Rocky Ledge. If you believe in the product and you actually fish it, well, speaking of Rocky Ledge, but if you actually fish it, people are going to buy it. That's how you get people to buy and support your sponsors. Is you fish it, you fish it as well, and that's they're sponsoring the Maulers, and they gave a box of baits, and so we all grabbed them, and we're like, oh, holy crap! Like I have a brand new my favorite flipping bait now is the adrenaline craw. Absolutely love it. It made me. I liked it, so I've never really thrown jigs too much. It's been that bait for me forever that I've been like, I gotta throw the jig more often. That no joke, that adrenaline craw made me throw the jig more last year. Just because I loved the way it looked in the water, just because of the way that those legs flapped, So that's how it works, man. So good job,
on the topic of jigs, here's I bought a lot of them. A jig that I'm really excited about.
Really?
The East Coast Lil Magnum.
Yeah, that's what I need.
I love
that. I love that font, by the way.
Yeah, it's if you're listening, it's the Lil Magnum, and the packaging is supposed to look like the Magnum condoms.
Yep.
But yeah, man, these little compact tungsten jigs, hand-tied skirts, like I don't know. It's my perfect jig because I used to like throwing those little Ike mini missile or missile minis.
Yep.
But those are okay. These things are my favorite. They have the right strength weed guard, stout hook, and then they're tungsten and they're labeled, which is cool because I hate, if you want just a little bit lighter of a bait, it's labeled and you won't mess that up.
Do you have you is that new for you this year? Have you fished them last year?
I fished no, I did not.
So
but here's another staple that I'm excited to I fished it last year. I can't fish it with it in Massachusetts because it's lead, which sucks. But they also make the finesse hustler jig, which it's a mixture of the marabou, and so this little compact jig, dude, has a super stout hook, so you can throw it on casting gear, and I don't know, it's a perfect when the bite gets tough and the water's cold. It's just this is gonna be. I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna do well at Oneida with this.
Yeah.
Not Oneida. Yeah, Oneida.
Is it Oneida or Oneida?
Oneida.
I think we've discussed this before. I'm curious.
Yeah, I'm gonna fish it.
Yeah, I don't have. That's one thing that I need to do. I don't have many smaller jigs. Those finesse jigs. What do? You throw it on a spinning rod, right?
No, these aren't finesse jigs.
Oh, you mentioned those because they're heavier. But what about like a true finesse jig, like the mini flip, the Ike's mini flip? Are you throwing that on a casting rod?
I am. I'm not throwing it on like a heavy or anything. I'm throwing it on a medium heavy because those hooks really aren't terribly stout.
Yeah,
but these ones I'll throw on a heavy all day.
Yeah, I like the Ike, the missile ones, the flips, but they don't come through wood at all for me.
Yeah, you said that. I haven't. Yeah. I don't mind fishing trees with them.
I just every time they got snagged. I mean, and what I learned last year, like I said, I like the power fish. So jig fishing to me is just kind of not. But I mean, obviously, I want to expand my arsenal and my skills and all that stuff. So like I said, I threw it a lot last year, and I figured out it didn't work for the Ikes, the missiles, but it worked for this the other jigs that I throw. When I've been fishing wood with a jig, I've been fishing it like too fast, So I learned if you fish it really slow, it comes over the wood way better, way easier, But
also it depends on your trailer too.
Yeah,
your trailer will prevent rolling. So if you have like big, like if you're using just a chunk, right, that doesn't have any actually like undulating, they just kind of that you have a better chance, or depending if you trim down the body or whatnot. If you have a nice flat body, so if the plastic also can affect how it comes through wood.
It's interesting. Yeah. I mean, well, then I guess I will thank Exode once again.
Yeah.
This is pretty much my trailer all last year. But yeah, it was so I caught a lot more fish on a jig. You know, Lake Murray, that big one that I caught that looked dead. I got that on a jig.
Yeah.
You know, so I will have that thing fired up this year, ready to go. But it's interesting. But yeah, the mini flips, I do like them. But, you know, even Brundle, we were talking about it the other day and how much I liked them. And he said they work way better in open water rocks.
Yeah.
They're not very good in wood. So, but I tend to flip more with a flipping bait, not necessarily a jig around wood anyway. You know, I like to get into that. You know, you're not gonna, you know, the Charles River, you're not gonna some of those laydowns and stuff that are just gnarly. Just you're not gonna toss a jig into that. You're not gonna get a jig out. You might get a jig down in there, but you're not getting it out.
Yep.
So,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But
what else you got?
I saw you flash a Rocky Ledge bait. Let me see that thing.
Oh yeah, I did. So this is. Hold on 1 second. Give me 1 second here. Right back. All right.
This better be good.
Yeah. All right. Check this out. So we're gonna talk about Rocky Ledge. Let me get some of this stuff here.
Oh, jeez.
Yo, chill out. I might have to go back. I might not have gotten right.
Nope. You're done. You're stuck.
Come on. All right, here we go. We'll use this one. This one will work. All right. So this, I have talked about this before. This is the Rocky Ledge swimming spinnerbait. See this?
It is one of the most different baits I've ever thrown in my life. And
this thing, yeah. Joe Haubenreich from KBF told me this is similar to an older bait that never took off. It was called the Crank and Spin, I think he told me. Something like that. The Crank and Spin, which was it was basically a spinnerbait, like crankbait, spinnerbait combo, something like that. So this is similar. So what happens is, see, this is like an articulating arm right here, right?
Right, off the wire, which I have seen a couple newer baits that are like that now, but none of them have that head style.
Yeah, so this right here is, we call it the duckbill, we call it the platypus because of that. So this is it's essentially, it is like a it's like a chatterbait meets a spinnerbait in a weird way because it creates vibration, right? So you got the thump of this big what blade is this? This is the Oklahoma blade.
Oklahoma, you make that up?
No, I'm serious.
No, I have no idea what. That's like a hybrid blade. I don't know what that is to call that.
I think it's a willow leaf, but it's a fatter. I think it's an Oklahoma blade because they have they get the Dakota blade, which is the one that has this. So you got the Colorado and you get the willow leaf. Those are the standards, right?
Yeah.
But then you have another one you have the Dakota blade, which is like, if you see this part, you know, this glands, like that would be cut out, and that would be a Dakota blade. You know, it's got a little Pac-Man mouth.
Yeah.
Cut out of it, sort of that. But I believe this is the Oklahoma blade. Look that stuff up. Look it up. Come on. We need that guy, like the guy who's off camera.
Jamie.
You know? Hey, look there.
Jamie,
look
what's an Oklahoma blade?
Oklahoma blade.
And I got this. You talk about the blade.
There you go. Boom. Right? Looks like it. I think that's right. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Oklahoma.
Yeah. All right. Roll with it. Go.
I knew. Don't doubt me. So if you're watching this, I mean, this is, I believe it's called Metallicraw is the color. So it's not Firecraw, but this is a sweet color. So anyway, so when this thing's coming through the water, what's happening is this. Let's see. This is spinning or rotating back and forth. It's wobbling back and forth because
it also has a little roll to it too.
Yeah, this is catching the water and it's just wobbling back and forth. So it's swimming through the water like a fish swims, you know. And then you have the blade. You can't fish it fast. You can't burn this. If you burn it, it'll roll. It's the only
it just rolls over and
So it'll roll on itself. But you want to slow roll something that's going to get some thump. It's going to swim through the water. This thing is freaking amazing. I don't put a trailer on it. I just put a trailer hook, throw it just like
Yep.
this. I mean, but you could put, if you want to put a swim bait trailer, some guys do that with spinner baits. You know, it's going to work perfectly fine. It doesn't have a bait keeper, you know, so you might need to use some glue. But like I said, I don't do it. I just put a trailer hook on it. But this thing is absolutely killer. It's the most unique spinnerbait I have. Similar to that thousand fish,
The cycle bait.
the cycle bait. Similar to that, I guess, a little bit. That's a little bit different, but it's kind of the same concept. But yeah, this is the Rocky Ledge Tackle. So RockyLedgeTackle.com. Tell them I sent you. But yeah, that's Jim. Jim makes some amazing baits. He also makes some great spinner baits too. These spinner baits are killer. This one, again, this is I forget the color of this one, but that's a great one. But he's got this one. This is a new thing for this season. This is a swim jig. So he's got a heavy cover swim jig. It's pretty standard for a swim jig, but here he made basically the swimming same mold for the swimming spinner bait, and he turned it into a swim jig. So it's got that same action. You know, it's going to swim through the water and it's going to go left and right as like a normal fish. So yeah, it's basically the swimming spinner bait with a swivel snap instead of the spinnerbait arm. This, you know.
Gotcha. Now, is that hook fixed, or because I know we used to have the other ones where the hook was articulating as well?
No. And this one actually has this has a bait keeper.
Gotcha. Nice little screw lock. Yeah.
Yep. So this is very cool. This is new for this year. You know, he had to raise his prices a little bit, unfortunately. So some people might not be happy with that, but it's definitely worth it. He
$10 jig.
Yeah. He's basically a one-man show. He's got another guy helping him there. They do it out of his like garage, but he's got a lot of killer baits, and I've been promoting him for years. You know, another great bait so he turned me on to this a couple of years ago when he sold me the first one I bought, the first swimming, or the first not swimming spinnerbait, the heavy cover swim jig.
Yep.
He gave me a pack of these seismic grubs, which are super unique.
What brand?
Seismic.
Kalen's.
Yeah. So I'd never heard of them before, and unfortunately, not many people have heard of Kalen's apparently, because I hadn't, and they don't make these anymore. So I have to go on eBay to get these, and I probably shouldn't be telling people how great they are because they're getting harder and harder to find. But yeah, that's what I throw on the swimming jig, you know. So if I have the right color, like obviously I don't have a color for this, but I would throw this on. I use this basically religiously on the heavy cover swimming jig because see it's narrow here, but when you turn it, it's fat.
Yeah, it's got a big fat body, but then it's got a skinny tail to a boot or like
it's got this weird. It's a big fat tail, you know?
Yeah.
It's just a really unique. It's got a lot of thump, displaces a lot of water. So it's a really, really cool bait. I got a ton of them. This is the 3.8 inch, something like that. It's almost a 4 inch, or it's a 4.8 inch. This one's hard to come by. The 3.8 inch is the one that you can find those everywhere, but this one is getting harder to find. I wish somebody had a mold for this. So anybody out there making baits, find a mold for this, and please make me some. Because it's a really, really cool little bait. So anyways, yeah, if you could find them, or if you have any, send them to me. I'll take them. I'll buy them from you. You know, Jim actually he gave me some more recently.
Nice.
Yeah, so he gave me some different colors too that I haven't had before, like a light gray kind of color, nice shad color.
Yep.
So yeah, it's that is. I'm going to be throwing a lot more. I'm going to try this. I'm going to try this year too. The swim jig. So, you know.
Yeah,
I'm not throwing enough. What do you got?
I am going to not retire the chatterbait because you should never retire the chatterbait. No. But I want to try throwing. I picked up. So I'm wearing a Beast Coast sweatshirt. I've already shown the little Magnum. I picked up the Working Man swim jig from Beast. Now this is a compact little swim jig. Stout hook. I want to try throwing swim jigs a lot more. That's one thing I've never really done.
Have you?
I always.
So I've been watching videos on these because I've not thrown a ton of them. But the guys that they twitch it.
The Alabama Shake.
As they're coming through I'm like, really? That's something.
Yeah, the Alabama Shake.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that's something that I noticed they're doing, and I don't know if it's something you need to do, but it's something I will certainly try.
Depends, what you're fishing, high in the water column. Oh man, that looks good.
Yeah, dude. I'm telling you, these things are money. These things are so nice. He unfortunately does not have these up on the website yet, but if you message him, I just don't think he has a lot made right now. He's had a rough couple of years. His dad passed away, fortunately, and then he had to deal with some stuff with his mother, get her, finances in order and all that stuff. So he's been away from it a bit, but he just updated the website with some new stuff. Unfortunately, the last I looked, these were not on it yet. But if you message him, maybe he'll have some that he can send you. But killer stuff. I mean, that guy is. And if you're an MAKB member,
you get a discount.
He's got all kinds.
So this year, I think I'm going to try a new technique. I've never done it before, so I picked up some of these teardrop style tungsten drop shot weights.
Gotcha.
But they have not the pinch style line tie, because I like JDM stuff. And I watch a lot of, videos of guys doing this technique. I'm going to try the free rig. Have you looked into the free rig?
Who's JDM?
Jared Demetrius Michael. He's NPFL MLF master angler.
Master?
Yeah. Bass. Master bass angler.
Master bass. I've never heard of him.
Well,
can't be that good. Can't be that good.
You don't watch TikTok.
Oh, is he a TikTok star?
Yeah. But to go with that, I got to stay with the JDM stuff. Now, I've thrown these plenty of times before. These G-Crack bellow gills. I don't know if you've had some, right?
I've seen them. I haven't had them, no, but I've seen them. They look so dumb, but I know that they look. Well, listen, pull it out, show the people. It looks goofy, but it looks awesome.
It smells so bad.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say. All right, I thought you were gonna say that smells good.
They kind of smell like rotten Fritos.
Yeah, that sounds disgusting.
But dude, the plastic it's a strange plastic. But you can't tell me that this doesn't have the perfect bluegill presentation.
Yeah, it looks
like look at this little tail.
Look. I'm gonna hide that.
Oh man,
looks a bit like the gilly.
Kinda, except not as swim baity.
No, but it definitely looks cool. I've seen videos of that thing. Definitely looks cool.
I mean, I caught quite a lot of fish on them last year on the smaller sizes.
Yeah,
but I got some bigger size. I got all of them. Everyone in between. But before you show your gilly, I also want to show you another G-Crack thing.
Oh, I'm not showing the gilly. I'm not showing the gilly.
Okay.
That's top secret. It's a gilly, but I'm not showing you the rest of it.
Check this out. It's a G-Crack Boabab Hog 8-inch. Ready for this, dude? I got this in like some mystery box thing. And I don't know if I'm going to throw this, but I want to at some point.
Dude, come on.
Look how big this thing is.
Yeah, but man, I mean, that's just
dude, it's giant.
I don't know. That's a little too big.
No
Maybe
way.
Down in Florida. I mean, for up here, I see a lot of fish grabbing the back end of that, and you setting the hook and coming back with no pinchers on it.
Well, then I know something wants to eat it.
You'll have a Ned bait.
Yeah. That's a big ass Ned bait. That thing's huge.
So
yeah, man.
Speaking of the cycle bait, I had one in this bag over here.
Oh, the cycle bait. How did you like that?
It looks really cool in the water, but this one is different where this part, if I recall correctly, because I didn't throw it much, the body doesn't do this. It's this part that rotates.
Yeah, the
so this
blade
stays straight. The bait is what goes back and forth. So this is like the opposite of the swim and spinner bait. So the blade is what's rotating. But that's why I think the swim and spinner bait's better, because the body is what looks like the fish. The flash is what's supposed to attract the bass to it, but the body swimming through the water like a fish. But I mean, this thing looks really good. I just never threw it a whole lot. I buy stuff like this all the time. It's tough to, just take the regular spinnerbait and not throw it anymore. I mean, I throw the Rocky Ledge tackle spinnerbait a lot, but look at how nice. I love the head on it.
Yeah, it's got a really good realistic head.
Really heavy, and it creates a lot of it's just good. But while we're here, since I have a couple of these here, I'll show some people a trick. So this is the cheapo Strike King Renegade series. No, Banshee series. No, this is the Banshee series. They're like $5 and I buy a couple every now and then. They're really good spinnerbaits, by the way. They're really good, but they're not going to last a whole long time. But they come with this. Trailer hook already on it. But you see this thing right here? That is
it's like a hook protector that is like for store people.
Yes, but this is why I really buy these now, because I have a ton of these, so I'll throw them. But this is so you take this off, and this becomes, if you buy a trailer hook, you want to keep your trailer hook on the other hook. You cut this down to 4 little pieces, right? And now you've got like the perfect bait. I guess it's a bait keeper for the trailer hook, because you usually get the trailer hooks and they come with this little hollow piece of plastic like that.
Right. Yeah.
I absolutely hate. So that's just it was in the bag. I didn't really plan, but I figured I'd tell people. You get these at Dick's for $4.99, and they come. And so you have a trailer hook like this one. It's a hard plastic. It's got a tiny little hole in it. You just unscrew it. It's got a tiny little hole, so it fits nice and snug on that the bigger hook. Perfect. Anyway, that's a little tips and tricks here. But yeah, so I'll buy every once in a while when I need trailer hooks, and I hate that hollow plastic thing they send with it. I'll go out and buy a couple of those. I don't know. I don't have anything else over here. What do we got? I wish I had the big the tourney special.
Oh, the tourney special.
Yeah, it's
1 ounce,
2 times the size of this. I've thrown that. It is so sweet looking, but I've never caught a fish on it because it's so big.
Yeah,
it's like a swim bait. It's a swim bait spinnerbait, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Yeah. Oh no, we have to mention that all of Rocky Ledge's stuff is lead free.
There you go, Sean Dominic. Buy this stuff. Come on.
So I'm not a swim bait guy, but last year I started whipping around towards the end of the season some not small but relatively okay size soft plastic swim baits. So this year I think I'm going to, every time I go out, I'm going to bring out some sort of swim bait, and I picked up a bunch of these and mag drafts. So this is the Beast Coast Creep 65. It's just, your standard boot tail swim bait. And it's something that I've never really felt comfortable throwing. So I'm going to make it a point. And then I got some, the mag drafts, the good old staple. You can't get any better than that. I got some freestyle ones, and I got some pre-rigged ones. So I plan on throwing those every time I go out until I hone in how I like to fish it, and then figure it out from there.
If you don't want to spend the money on the bag drafts, the Mega Bass, what is it called?
Spark Shads?
Spark Shad. There we go. Yeah, those are really good. I like those in the real color. That's pretty much what I throw the real color. It's just called.
But
real.
they only make those up till 5-inch, I thought.
Yep, that's all I throw. I don't throw the small ones.
These are the 6-inch.
Yeah, whatever.
The plastic's a little better on the mag draft.
You think so? I
definitely.
I don't really.
Yeah, I feel like my spark shad. I have spark shads for those little Okashira screw heads and stuff. I like to throw that on those, and I feel like those tear really easy.
Really, I've never had that problem. But I mean, you probably catch a lot more fish on the littler ones.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Why you get a lot more damage. Yeah, I don't have much. Well, how about this? How about this, Bruce? Give it away some juice here. Right here.
What you got? Oh, boys, put it away.
Right here.
If you're watching this is probably the most ridiculous thing you've ever seen. But these guys swear by it. I don't throw it. But
dude, I'm not going to say much more than this. I won't even say what it is. But yeah, that's the juice right there. I have seen the biggest I've caught on that was an 18, I believe, but I have seen 5-pounders being caught on that tiny little thing with that little teeny tiny hook. Yeah. Bruce is gonna kick my ass for showing that.
Yeah, definitely.
You could tell everybody in the world, throw this, you're gonna catch a ton of fish, and they're gonna be like, yeah, dude, whatever. They're not gonna buy it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, shut up, dude. I'm not throwing that stupid thing. I don't have anything else here. I
want to say my last and final thing that I'm getting ready for the season is, so I love trocar hooks, and they're kind of pricey. They're expensive, but I think they're worth it. But I'm gonna try some new terminal tackle this year, some new hooks. And what I've been seeing is, a lot of the really higher end baits, and a lot of guys have been throwing hooks that are nano coated, so they have that gray sheen, non-reflective coating. It's not that black nickel. So I picked up or some ordered. Now I tried to do my research. This is a newer brand hook, but I mean, I like shape and how they feel or how they look. So I have some Pro X EWG style hooks with that nano coating, and it's crazy. It feels like they're coated with Teflon. Like if you touch it, it's slippery. So I really think that nano coating, it's going to help a lot. But these hooks look awesome, and I'm excited about it. I mean, I do love trocar. I'll never not throw trocar Neds, that's for sure. But I'm trying to experiment here.
So for me, looking at that looks like just every other hook out there.
Sort of, except I mean, it's a pretty decent gauge wire. There's not a lot of flex of this hook, which is important. Then I like the shape. You can see that the gap of the hook right there, you could see goes over the bend of the eye, which I like in a hook. Sometimes you kind of see them like this a little bit where they're in line, which is what I was looking for. And then just that really slick nano coating. I don't know. I've heard guys talk about, or I've seen guys talk about how that nano coating is non-reflective and it doesn't shine in the water, and that might get you a couple more bites. Usually I've seen guys say that. I don't know, but I just really wanted to give this nano coating a try. I wanted to try to see if it's going to be slick and better. And so if you have any other brand hooks that are like that, besides Gamakatsu, I've seen and I've snapped Gamakatsu hooks that have this coating on. I'm not a Gami fan. I'll never throw Gamakatsu only because I've broken hooks from them. But if you have any, if anybody knows of any hooks like that with that nano coating that they trust, let me know. I'm willing to try them out.
Interesting.
Save a couple bucks.
Yeah, man. I'm all out of baits. I probably could have gotten some more if I knew we were going to get into this serious. I do not have anything else here. Just some more Rocky Ledge stuff. I can show some of that. They make some cool colors. Rocky Ledge.
Yeah, he does a lot of like not
not
by the book stuff.
This won't be a year round thing, but if you were wanting to get that, the early season, the bass, they love the red, but maybe if you're in some cleaner water and you don't want to throw something so bright,
Yeah, some more of a actual craw colored
like that. Yeah. Or Halloween, fall time, you want to feel like you're part of the season. So you might not catch any fish, but whatever, He'll be seasonal. Yeah, no, he makes some great baits. I'll keep saying it. I'll keep singing his praise.
Yeah. Also new bait for me this year. Sorry,
Ooh.
dude. It's just because I went to the expo and I bought a ton of Beast Coast stuff, but they made a new chatterbait trailer. It's called the Scattershad. I don't know if you could see that, but they have some really cool colors. I, for one, I'm not a big fan of the paddle tail style chatterbait trailers.
Mhm.
I've always liked the Craw or Strike King makes the blade minnow with a nice profile. It all depends. The Zako is a classic, but if you want a skinnier baitfish profile, the blade minnow is awesome. So, but this one kind of has the profile of the blade minnow, except
Oh, yeah.
the tail is forked. It splits. And I was watching this thing in the water. Yeah, I was watching this thing in the water, and it's just a nice little tail kick with a little bit of those little things undulating. Oh my god, this stuff smells so bad.
It's so you start that off like you're going, it smells delicious. That's
Yeah.
It sounds so positive when you start that.
It is positive. I'm not mad. It's a good.
So do fish just like nasty smelling stuff? Like, have they ever thought like maybe make it smell like birthday cake? Do
maybe fish love birthday cake.
Fish, yeah, exactly. Actually, I'll mention something else since we're on the topic of new baits. Fresh baits. This is Nate's. Nate has been all about fresh baits since we.
All right, guys. Thank you. We'll. I'm just kidding.
No, listen. All right, so Nate's been
going
that they have the Scorpion, right? And he's been, dude, the Scorpion is amazing. Chatterbait trailer. What did he say? Like, what's he say? What's the
three times the vibration?
Times the vibration. Like he's done it. Like he's compared, right? 3 times the vibration. So we've busted his balls because it's a Scorpion, but it's a crawbait, right? I gotta admit, I've seen videos that they put online, and God, it looks so good. We can make all the jokes we want in the world about him and that bait, but it looks so good. But they just came out with that Hellgrammite. Have you seen that? The Ned bait? And I don't know if that's an exclusive mold or if something you can buy, but it doesn't matter. Nate gave me a couple bags of them. Man, I am gonna try those down in Lake Murray.
Yeah. No, that's
so good. And I wish I had the bag. I have a bag in the car, but they look really, really good. So, it's a Ned bait. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. It's nothing like, oh my God, what is this?
But
like the Scorpion and even their beetle. I don't know if you've seen their beetle. Their beetle is a different style bait. It looks like a pretty good bait.
It does look like a really good bait. I will give them that. But yeah, I'm gonna try the Hellgrammite. I like the fact. Well, first off, those are in our lakes. We just never see them, So, and it looks like it, but it's got a lot of appendages on it that are going to be undulating around in the water. So it is a little different than the standard Ned bait, which is more like a stick bait. It doesn't have a lot of protrusions on it or anything like that. So I'm looking forward to throwing it, seeing what happens with it. But I haven't thrown it yet.
I would throw that.
I'll definitely throw it. Yeah, I'm definitely going to give it a shot. It'll definitely catch fish. It'll absolutely catch fish.
Hell would have to freeze over before I personally threw that Scorpion bait.
I wouldn't throw it. I would never throw that on a chatterbait. But they have that hook. What did they use? Is it a trocar hook?
Owner hook. They use the I can't remember the style head it is, but owner stand-up jig, I think it's called.
It looks, the way that those legs stick up in the air, it looks great. But they call it a Scorpion, so when you think of Scorpion, what the Scorpion?
What?
A water scorpion? But it's a crawbait. A bass is looking at that like it's a craw.
Right. Look at the shit we throw though. Oh, excuse my language. Look at the stuff that we throw. Like that boabab hog. That's a bait. People have caught fish on it. That thing, I don't even know what the heck that thing looked like. I'll throw that before the Scorpion though.
What's that company that makes that one? It looks like a bug, but then it's got like bat wings on it. And is it Thousand Fish? Is it Thousand Fish?
Is it a soft bait?
Yeah. It's 1,000.
Oh, it is. It's a fish. That's the Zuki bug or something like that.
No, the Zook. No, no. Oh, the Sakoshi bug. That's just a Ned one. I actually bought some of those sticks. They were on sale for $2.
Yeah, those are decent baits. The plastic's good, but no, it's like a Zuki bug.
That didn't sound right. It's 10,000 fish.
10,000 fish. That's what I said.
I kept saying 1,000 fish, and I'm like, that doesn't sound right. 10,000 fish.
It's a Zuki bug.
Is it the Zuki bug?
Jamie, look it up.
Zuki bug. Is that? Yeah. It's so ridiculous looking.
Zucchini bug.
It is so dumb, but I bet it catches fish. It's like who makes it? Somebody else made one a couple years ago, and it was similar. It had like wings on the side, and they were supposed to like they would do that in the water on both sides.
Chase baits.
Is it chase bait? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That looked really good too. I never threw it. I had
That looks like a decent flipping bait.
Yeah, I mean, it's the thing that they'll catch fish, so they just look goofy. But so we can make fun of them all we want. We could joke and be like, "Oh, that the fresh bait scorpion won't catch fish," but damn well it will totally catch fish.
Yeah, I'm looking at my wall of baits right now, and it's just like, oh man, I throw that.
yeah. Everything we throw looks stupid. I mean, look at this spinnerbait. I mean, that doesn't look like, what is that? There are guys that will be like, oh, you can't throw a chatterbait with a swivel, with a clip. You can't do that. They'll never catch. It's like, dude, have you looked at the crap that we throw? Bass hit this. If you telling me they can look at a crankbait and go, oh, whoa. You look at that. That's a snap swivel, buddy. I see that. You can't.
That's oh man. That's why I like looking at the JDM stuff. They make the Japanese domestic market has some of the craziest soft plastics I've ever seen.
I don't want to spend all that money on stuff from those Japanese companies, but yeah, I forget.
Like the Depths bull flat, and oh man, they did some crazy stuff.
Yep. Yeah, somebody out there open up a Fisherman's Central here in Massachusetts.
Oh my God, I wish. I'd be broke. I'd be pulling out a third mortgage.
Anyway,
let's call this thing quits.
Call it. That's it, man. Those are some baits to check out. Check out Rocky Ledge Tackle. Check out X Zone Lures.
Check out Beast Coast. Beast Coast. They're local to us. They're from Connecticut, and they make some pretty amazing stuff.
Yeah, but yeah, if you're an MAKB member, maybe hold off for a little bit on till next week, maybe week after. Buying Rocky Ledge or
before we go off, now's the time to buy bulk spools. Buy bulk spools now so you have it throughout the season, and in the middle of the season they're not sold out. Cool. For those listening and not watching, apologize. But I mean, we said some good information. You can jump over to. We're gonna put this on YouTube, right? Jump over. Yeah, it's gonna be on YouTube. You can check out some bits in our ugly mugs, my mustache, and Ken's goatee.
Mm-hmm. That is my goatee, by the way. It is made out of Chad Hoover's ass hair. If you weren't paying attention earlier, it's nice. It's soft. And
the mustache made out of Nate's pubic hair.
What? Oh,
sorry. All right, guys, let's end it.
End it.
All right, sorry. All right, bye.